Hi everyone. The 3D cursor is always there in the viewport, and most of the time it's just floating around with nothing to do. This Addon changes that. It turns the cursor into a pivot that actually keeps up with you as you work. First, enable the Addon, hit the COG button in the top bar, or use the hotkey. The cursor has two states, default and custom, and you never switch between them by hand. The Addon just tracks who's driving, you or it. Default first. As long as I leave the cursor alone, the Addon drives. I select an object, and the cursor drops to the center of its geometry, not the origin, which could be sitting anywhere but the actual center. I add another object to the selection, the center recalculates, and the cursor moves with it. Wherever the selection goes, it stays at its center. Now custom. Shift and right mouse button, it's mine. It locks where I put it and stays there, no matter what I select next. There's no toggle for this. Place the cursor by hand, it goes custom. Clear the selection completely, and it drops back to default. The next thing you select, it's back at the center. And here's the part everything else is built around. Normally the cursor just sits where you left it. Move the object, and it's stranded behind you. This one comes along. I move the object, the cursor follows. It's a small thing on its own, but it takes a lot of fiddly repositioning out of the work. Position is only half of it. For a pivot, orientation matters just as much. But first, let's talk about snapping. The Addon uses Blender's native snapping. So, whatever snap settings you already run, carry straight over. Mine looks something like this. Now I place the cursor with Shift and right mouse button, and if I hold Control it snaps. If you know how snapping works in Blender, you already know how it works here. Orientation is the other half. By default, the cursor lines up with its base axes. We'll get to those shortly. Hold Alt as you place the cursor, and it orients to whatever's under. On a face, it lies flat to the surface. On an edge, it aligns along the edge, factoring in the normal. On a vertex, it takes the vertex normal. And this isn't a mesh-only thing. Curves, armatures, any geometry it supports, same behavior. If there's nothing underneath, it just falls back to the base axis, and you don't have to do both at once. Grab an orientation off one spot, then move the cursor somewhere else, and keep it. Think about what aligning the cursor to a surface normally takes. A custom transform orientation, a snap, a rotation tweak, maybe another fix. Here it's one gesture. Now let's flip it around. Up to here we've been orienting the cursor to the geometry. This time we'll use the cursor to orient the geometry. First I drop the cursor where I want the pivot, and its orientation becomes my temporary coordinate system. Then the gesture itself. Alt and drag with the right mouse button. I will add Control, so it snaps. Now I just aim at the surface I want the part to sit on. As I drag, a preview plane shows me where it will land and how it will be rotated before I commit to anything. Looks right. I let go. That's the whole thing. The part's in place and already turned the right way. And if I do want to adjust it, the cursor's already there with the right orientation. So I just carry on. Same gesture works in edit mode too. When there's no geometry under the cursor, it falls back to its base axis, its home orientation. Out of the box, it's just world space, but you're not stuck with it. Let's redefine them. I select an object and hit reference, and now its local axes are the cursor's base, pointed at a face, an edge, a vertex, even a bone, and the base comes from that selection instead. Select several objects and they're averaged. When you're done, one click puts world axis back. The second button is lock. Normally the cursor tracks your selection, which is the whole point of it. But sometimes you want it to hold still. Turn lock on and it stays exactly where you put it. Like Blender's native cursor, except you keep every orientation trick we've just covered. That's handy when the pivot needs to stay put while you work across different objects. Two small buttons, but between them the cursor bends to just about any workflow. Let's put this to work. Let's fix this windmill first. I want to build up the blades. I place the cursor at the base of a blade and capture its orientation as I go. Then Orient Place seats it in a single gesture. It comes in already turned the right way, so it barely needs a touch. Now I move the cursor to the center of rotation, orienting it to the geometry again, and duplicate the blade with a turn twice more, and the rotor's done. Last up, the preferences under the Addons tab. This is where you set how far the add-in reaches into Blender's own behavior and how the cursor looks. By default, it keeps transform orientation and transform pivot point set to the cursor, so it all lines up out of the box. If you'd rather manage those yourself, switch the override off and the add-in leaves them alone. Then the cursor's look. 3 modes. Default keeps Blender's built-in cursor. Custom swaps in the add-in's own marker with size, color, and opacity to taste. And hide takes it off screen entirely. That's the tour. The cursor stops being a marker you step around and starts acting like a pivot that's actually part of your work, and a lot of everyday jobs get quicker for it.